Friday, you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, we are ending this week off with another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I'm going to be filling you guys all in on the latest tea with Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. We have a lot to talk about, like the fact that Kourtney recently gave Travis a tattoo, plus we have to talk about the shade that Shanna Moakler, aka Travis Barker's ex, threw their way when talking about their PDA pics on social media. Plus, I have an update on how Kourtney and Scott are doing. Apparently, they're barely speaking now that Kourtney's in a new relationship. Plus, I also have a little tea for you guys as to why Kourtney and Travis are so in our faces with their relationship on social media. It's a lot, and it's Friday. I hope you guys have been enjoying the extra pop-offs this week. I worked really hard to try to bring you guys some good celeb tea content, and I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Thank you for wanting extra pop-offs. I really do appreciate it so much. You know I couldn't go into the weekend without thanking you guys for showing up this week, so I really do appreciate it. But without further ado, especially for those of you who just come straight for the tea, let's go ahead and start unwrapping these Kourtney and Travis facts. Alright, so as you all know by now, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker have been dating for a few months now. They went Instagram official back in February, and since then, they have been giving us non-stop PDA on social media. From Kourtney sucking on Travis's thumb to Travis grabbing Kourtney's tush, they're definitely getting serious, and if you're having any doubts about how serious, well then let me fill you in about Travis's new ink. As some of you may know, a few weeks back, Travis actually got Kourtney's name tattooed on his chest. However, now he's taken it one step further and he let Kourtney Kardashian physically tattoo him. She went ahead and tattooed the words "I love you" in her handwriting. I don't know if this is romantic or borderline a bit much, but regardless, somebody who I know has to have some thoughts and feels about this is Travis Barker's ex, Shanna Moakler, because she recently gave an interview to People magazine about how she feels about Kourtney and Travis's PDA. When Shanna was asked about Kourtney and Travis's PDA, she said, quote, "I'm very much over my ex. It's been a long time. However, do I think some of the PDA that he's doing with her is weird? Yes." Shanna went on to say, quote, "The movie True Romance that I feel like they've been bonding over was the theme of our wedding. Our daughter's named after the character in the movie, flying banners overhead like we did on Meet the Barkers, stuff like that. I just think it's weird." Shanna went on to clarify that she has, quote, "no ill will towards Kourtney and that she's genuinely happy for her and Travis. She said she just wants the father of her children to have a good partner that makes him happy and a better dad." Shanna continued saying, quote, "As long as she's good to my children, that's truly all I care about." And for those of you wondering, she did mention that her kids do think highly of Kourtney. In addition to talking about how she feels about Kourtney and Travis's PDA, Shanna did mention that the one problem she does have is with Kourtney's fans, because they're throwing a lot of hate her way on social media. And I imagine she's probably receiving hate from Kourtney's fans because Shanna and her current boyfriend have been posting pictures on her Instagram, kind of mocking and throwing shade Kourtney and Travis's way. However, Shanna maintains that those photos were in a joking manner and that it was just to annoy Kourtney's fans. So yeah, Travis and Shanna's relationship definitely sounds interesting, which is now the perfect time for us to talk about this update on Kourtney and Scott Disick. As you all know, prior to Kourtney dating Travis, her and Scott Disick were very close. They spent a lot of time together and a lot of time as a family with their 3 children. However, now that Kourtney's head over heels in love with Travis, it sounds like that's stopped. In a new report from E! News, a source described Kourtney and Scott's relationship as, quote, tense, and the source also said they are, quote, barely speaking. Now that's because of a couple reasons. 1, Scott is trying to make a life for himself in Miami, and 2, obviously Kourtney is very into her new relationship. The source went on to say, quote, "It's hard for Scott to see Kourtney in love with someone else." A second E! News source went more in depth into how Scott's feeling, saying, quote, "He is glad she is happy, but it's definitely been hard on him. He doesn't like to bring it up, and it's a weird combo for him." At one point, the family was really encouraging Scott and Kourtney to try the relationship again, and it's a bit of an eye-opener for him that it's truly never going to happen. According to that first E! News source, Scott and Kourtney aren't fighting by any means. They're just spending less time together as a family. The source mentioned that Scott will always have a place in Kourtney's life. It's just, quote, a different dynamic right now. I will say, despite Kourtney's ex and Travis's ex not loving their relationship, it sounds like they could care less. In a new report from Hollywood Life, a source shared that Kourtney and Travis are in their honeymoon phase, spending a lot of time together, as we've all seen, and they don't care what anyone thinks of them or their public PDA. The source also mentioned that often when Travis posts those PDA pics of Kourtney, it's when they're apart. So that way, whenever he posts it, she knows that he's thinking of her. The insider went on to say that the attraction between Kourtney and Travis is, quote, off the charts, so that's a big part of the relationship, and it naturally comes out in social media posts. So yeah, if you've been wondering why they're so in our face about their relationship, now you kind of know the reason. Also, sorry to Shanna and Scott because it doesn't sound like they're going to be stopping their social media PDA anytime soon. You guys already know I have some thoughts about this. Plus, it's Friday, so let's go ahead and get to that shambong. All right, so first of all, we've got to start this pop off by talking about that tattoo. Travis getting one tattoo for Kourtney is serious. Now him getting two tattoos for Kourtney is getting real. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I will not be surprised one bit if Travis decides to put a ring on Kourtney's finger. I mean, it's very evident that these two are absolutely obsessed with each other. I think the only potential downfall for these two is that the obsession is going to wear off and that they might hit a little plateau in their relationship. But other than that, as of right now, I don't really see anything bad happening with these two. Based on what they're giving us right now, I have no reason to believe that they're not gonna make it through the long haul. Now, as far as Shanna's interview and that subtle shade she threw towards Kourtney and Travis, calling their PDA weird. Look, Shanna can pretend like she's unbothered, but in my opinion, I feel like she's definitely a little bit bothered, but she's also not hating the press she's getting because of Kourtney and Travis. I feel like she's throwing just enough shade their way that keeps her relevant, it keeps her in the game, but she never really fully crosses the line, and the reason why I think she never fully crosses the line is because of her kids. I really do think that their kids like Kourtney, they like Kourtney and Travis together, so I feel like Shanna will definitely toe the line of throwing digs at Kourtney and Travis, but she'll never fully go all the way there because she doesn't want her kids to be upset with her. Now, as far as Kourtney and Scott, I will say it does make me a little sad to hear that they're barely speaking. However, I have a bit of a bone to pick with Scott. I don't think it's entirely fair that we get these interviews that it's hard for Scott to see Kourtney with somebody else. It's hard for him to deal with it. It's a hard conversation for him to have. Scott has been gallivanting with young girls left and right since him and Kourtney have broken up. And now she is finally living her life. She has finally found herself a good partner, a stable partner. I just feel like it's a little unfair for Scott's team to be planting these stories that he's struggling seeing her with somebody, that it's weird for him, it's uncomfortable. He's been doing it for a long time, and now he's got to let Kourtney do it. It just seems a little hypocritical to me, that's all. And you know what? I've said this once, and I'm gonna say it again. I've thought this from the beginning. Ever since Kourtney and Travis went Instagram official, I have said Travis Barker is going to be the one who makes Scott really take inventory of his life and really sit down, have a heart-to-heart with himself, and decide if he wants to be with Kourtney forever or not. Because at the end of the day, no matter how in love with Travis Kourtney is, I think if Scott really did step up and he really did become the man that she's been looking for him to be, she would at least consider potentially being with him just for the sake that they have 3 kids together, their family could be together. So I don't think that Scott is totally out of the running. I don't think that he doesn't have any chance with Kourtney at this point, but I do think that he's really going to have to decide what he wants with his life, because if he does not want Kourtney, Travis is going to be there, he's going to make her happy, and he is definitely in love, and he's not afraid to show it, and he doesn't care who knows it. Ultimately, it's going to be very interesting to see where things go from here. It's going to be interesting to see if Shanna throws more shade towards Kourtney and Travis. It's going to be interesting what details we hear about Kourtney and Scott's relationship, if it's going to continue to get more strained, or if it's eventually going to repair itself. I also think, you guys, prepare yourselves, there's going to be more tattoos. I also think we're going to get an engagement in the future. I'm just putting it out there. I can see it. And regardless, you guys know I'll be keeping you updated on everything. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you on Kourtney and Travis. I want to hear your thoughts on everything we talked about. Kourtney giving Travis a tattoo, Shanna Moakler shade towards the couple, the status of Kourtney and Scott's relationship. Plus, let me know what you think about what the source said about Travis posting Kourtney when they're not together, so that way she knows he's thinking of her. All of that good stuff. Let out all your thoughts and feels down below. While you're at it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell. For more celeb content, make sure you guys follow me over on my Instagram. I do mini pop-offs Monday through Friday on my Instagram reels, so please check those out. I would be so thankful. For more celeb content, yes, I know, even more, you can follow me over on my TikTok. You guys, I really do work hard daily to bring you guys good celeb tea, so definitely check me out if you're on TikTok. Also, you guys can check out my merch store at houseofhill.com. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!